Hi, and welcome to the Brisbane Professionals Podcast. This is a podcast brought to you by SMS Law, going through the legal secrets that will benefit you and your clients, as well as having a little bit of fun as we go. This podcast is designed to educate you on, number one, complicated legal terms that we will explain in an easy to understand manner. Two, to understand why you do things from a legal perspective in your business. And three, to help you develop a plan for the future success of your business. Our mission is to help empower small to medium-sized businesses around the world to get access to legal advice so that they can help build their communities and make the world a better place. Did you know that any business owner is on average 7 months away from losing everything? That is the average time that it takes from a successful business to fold when an aspect of their business is not set up correctly. This podcast is all about empowering you and your business with knowledge and tools to ensure that that doesn't happen to you or to your clients. Let's begin, shall we?
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Brisbane Professional Podcast. My name is Craig Mason, and I have with me Jeremy. Say hello to everyone, please, Jeremy.
Hi everyone, hope you're having a great day. And Craig, I'm really excited about this topic. This is one of my favourite ones to help people build their businesses.
Yeah, good. All right. Well, we'll wait for the good oil from you then. This topic is about defining who needs your service. So it's pretty important, as Jeremy said, and he's passionate about it. So I better stop talking and switch it over to you. What do you want to talk about first?
Well, why don't I start with identifying and researching your customer needs? And the reason this is so important is because actually understanding your client will help you to define and build a better business. So, really identifying what your customer needs is so crucial because, as I said, if you don't know what they need, then you can't sell anything to them. So actually identifying, sitting down with them, researching, talking to them about the kind of things that they will need, and then having a think about how you can help them is really the key to it first. So identify and talk to your customers. There's lots of resources out there. You can contact us if you want some more about how to research your customer needs, because that way you get to find out what they actually want, and then you can go through and actually start to, what Craig's going to talk about, define what you will offer and why. So do you want to talk about that, Craig?
Yeah, absolutely. So you've sort of identified and researched your customer. What is it that you're going to actually offer them? And more importantly, why are you going to offer that particular service? So you need to have a think about it. You can't be everything to everyone. You need to define sort of what your service is going to be, what it's going to include. You've obviously looked at your customer, so you've got your target market, and then you've got to make sure that you meet that need that your target market has. So it's still a bit of a research process to make sure you've got the right sort of service, what you're going to include, what you're not going to include, what you're going to say no to, for instance, as well, is pretty important. And because you can't take on everything as much as you're probably going to think you want to do at the beginning, it's very important to define that particular offering and make sure you stick where you can to that. So I think, as we said, pretty important to look at your customers, define what you're going to offer, and then, Jeremy, what else would you be looking at in terms of the buyer?
Well, you got to think about what motivates them. So what's going to motivate them to buy from you? People make all decisions on emotion and then justify with logic. So your offer is the logic, but it's got to talk to the emotion of what the person's going to receive. So what motivates them? Is there some work demand that they need to think about? Is there a family need that they need? Are there budgetary pressures? Is there a social or emotional need that they have, or a preference for a certain brand? All of these things are the psychological elements that go into defining what motivates someone to buy. And you really need to get down to the bottom of it. You can't just ask your customers or your clients what's motivating you to buy, because they don't know either. When people make a decision to buy, they're not doing that for a logical reason. Usually it's an emotional reason. So you need to really think about that, test out different reasons that you might have, and then you can then target that with what you're doing. So thinking about what motivates them, it can seem really simple, but it's not. You've got to put a bit of research into that. And then, Craig, do you want to talk about how we can use that knowledge to make decisions?
Yeah, absolutely. So you've got all that information, researching customer needs and what motivates them, what you're actually going to offer, and you use all that knowledge to then make the decisions about, uh, what price, how you're going to promote it, your service, where you're going to promote it, and who to. If there's any, other products in relation to the service or any other add-ons, those sorts of things, you'd be looking at what they might be. So the old, do you want fries with that, including that, and then the location as well. So when I said where you're going to promote and how you're going to promote, what location is that going to be? So you can't just sort of go, depending on your service, I guess, Australia-wide or internationally, you want to sort of define it a little bit more than that when you're targeting particular customers. So looking at your location is a big one as well, and you've done all the research, so you know where the best location is for your customers. So that is the process to define, your service and who needs it. Jeremy, do you have anything else you wanted to add for today's show?
No, other than take this advice, implement it, and then be prepared to change it if you need to. And it's a constantly adapting thing. So it's never a set and forget, and in 30 years you can have the same customer with the same needs. That never happens. The world changes at an enormously fast rate. So just make sure that you're constantly thinking about these things and adapting as you go.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good advice. It's not a set and forget, but at least set it. A lot of people don't even set it. So
That's right.
all right, excellent. That's it for us today. If you enjoyed the podcast, which we hope you did, obviously, jump on and rate and review the podcast wherever it is that you're receiving it. We accept all 5-star reviews. Like us on the SMS Law Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter, or search for us, Craig and Jeremy, on LinkedIn and connect with us there. We do share other information and updates, etc., through those platforms as well. So jump on, get part of the community, and tune in next time to our next podcast. Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.